moonshine, white lightning, hooch, bathtub gin, or just plain old shine. No matter what you call it, the centuries-old tradition of making homemade whiskey is making a comeback.
We didn't hear anything about moonshine for a while, and now people call the office and say, hey, can we legally manufacture it? You know, how much can you make at home? We have to explain you cannot manufacture any moonshine at home.
The resurrection of moonshine is credited to a new show on Discovery.
This is how we make the moonshine.
It's a docudrama about moonshiners in Appalachia.
The moon is shining on the moonshine.
Yeah, I know.
I never drink too much. I always drink just enough. If you really love your country, you're gonna have to love moonshine.
But shiners aren't just in the Smoky Mountains. They're here in Oklahoma, and they're growing in numbers. The Oklahoma Alcoholic Beverage Laws Enforcement Commission reported 2 moonshine stills in 2011. In 2012, that number more than doubled. And just a month into this year, they've already made 1 bust. And this is it, seen here on Agent Smoot's cell phone video. While serving a search warrant in Hugo, the Choctaw County Sheriff's Office found this still inside a metal storage container. These drums are filled with mash. It's a mixture of corn, sugar, yeast, and water. This 200-gallon still could make 20 gallons of shine. Do the math, that's
$2,400 off of each cook if you sell all your product. That's a lot of money.
It's also a felony. You could face up to 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. There's also the danger involved.
If they're cooking it outside and they're using an open flame, first it's hard to regulate the flame, but you gotta remember alcohol is highly flammable. So any leak in the pipe or anything else will lead to an explosion.
But moonshiners wouldn't be cooking it if they didn't have someone buying it.
Why is it a bad idea to buy moonshine from someone?
Because you have no idea how they made it. Most of the stuff we see is clear, but it's funny, we had some that we got last year in a mason jar, and it sat up on the desk while we were doing the processing and actually ate the bottom off the mason jar. So no telling what was in there, but yeah, it all turned brown. We couldn't figure out why it turned brown. It's because the bottom of the mason jar had been eaten away by the moonshine.
Wow.
So you just have no idea what's really in there.
And it's not like this stuff is made in a health department approved environment. These are stills found in Oklahoma. One of the biggest operations was built into a trailer home. They had to cut off the wall just to break it down. The smallest is this stovetop version. No matter what the size, they are similar.
There's never been one we've gone to where there's not bugs and stuff in it.
He means inside the mash, the part you'll later drink.
And there really could be like critters cooked in there.
Critters.
Big ones.
Big ones. Some big ones, some little ones. Do they clean that vat every time they make it? No. They're not worried about cleanliness. They're always worried about final product and making that money.
So we've talked about the risks involved with making moonshine, with buying it. Why do people buy it?
We think a lot of it's novelty, especially down in the southeast part of the state where we see so much of it. They've done it forever. It's kind of a family tradition.
Which is a focus of moonshiners.
Pretty good.
I watch it all the time. I love this show.
It's fascinating. I mean, there's a draw to it.
And as the popularity of the show grows, the interest in the drink will too.
What do you think is going to be the future of moonshining in our area if that show continues with its success?
The more popular anything gets, the more it's going to happen. People want to try something. People want to, you know, it's like anything else. You know, we tell you how dangerous it is, we tell you not to do it. But that's not what you see on TV. It doesn't just go to end when the show's over. People get caught.
So stick with the store-bought stuff. It's cheaper, safer, and certainly smells better.
That's not, it doesn't, that's gross. I'm sorry.
It's not a great flavor.
And leave all the moonshine mischief to the guys on Discovery.